Cook County. This also extends into southern Cook County and then rounds the lake into Lake and Porter County as well. 6+ inches of snow going to be possible because of lake effect tomorrow and then right on into Saturday. I'll have the full details on that forecast coming up. Weather department here because we have another lake effect event that's going to be unfolding tomorrow, lasting all the way into Saturday. For those of us that are highlighted here in the purple shading, that is a winter weather advisory for Lake County, northern Cook County, and DuPage County that's going to go into effect tomorrow 9 a.m. lasting until 3 p.m. And in that time, we're going to be picking up roughly 2 to 3 inches of snow being possible from that lake effect band. And then moving things a little bit south here into central Cook County. This includes the city of Chicago, southern Cook County. We have a winter storm watch that's then going to be going into effect lasting until 6 a.m. on Saturday for 6+ inches of snow. But I think the brunt of this is going to be impacting portions of Lake and Porter County in Indiana. Again, for 6+ inches of snow, you have that winter storm watch, but your watch is being extended until 6 p.m. on Saturday. So in the next day or so, we're going to see this watch either be upgraded to a warning or an advisory. But just so you know, lake adjacent counties, especially from Lake County rounding the lake into Porter County, we could be looking at some pretty impressive totals. Some locations may even be picking up double-digit snow totals because of that lake effect. So Futurecast taking us through tonight. Temperatures are going to get cold again. We have low temperatures dropping down pretty close to 0. Here comes that lake effect that's going to move in tomorrow morning. And again, that's just going to meander from northeast Illinois, rounding the lake into northwest Indiana. Your 5-day forecast, temperature-wise, we're looking a little bit better, but of course it's going to be coming along with snow. We're in the 20s for your highs over the weekend, and then next week, we're a little more seasonable. That's going to put us pretty close to 30. Lake effect snow again. So here's the deal. We have multiple weather alerts going into effect tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. We have a winter weather advisory for Lake County, northern Cook County, and DuPage County that's going to last until 3 p.m. for snow around 2 to 3 inches, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but with the lake effect band that's likely going to be coming through, we're going to pick up that snow in a very short amount of time. So we are going to be dealing with impacts to travel tomorrow during that time frame. And then moving south a little ways, this grayish bluish color through central southern Cook County, rounding the lake into Lake and Porter. That's a winter storm watch for snow totals of 6 inches or more being expected. Wouldn't be surprised if we actually end up seeing maybe some double-digit totals across portions of northwest Indiana as we round things out on Saturday. For tonight, 4 degrees for the overnight low. We're going to have skies becoming partly cloudy. Your 3-day forecast, we have lake effect in your forecast for Friday and Saturday, drying out by Sunday. And temperatures this weekend, we are finally going back up into the 20s. Back to you. Those of you in Lake County, northern Cook, and DuPage, you are highlighted in purple here. That is a winter weather advisory that's going into effect 9 a.m. lasting until 3 p.m. tomorrow, and that's for roughly 2 to 3 inches of snow. So not a ton, but the problem is that it's going to be coming in a very short amount of time, so we will be dealing with the travel impacts from that. And then rounding the lake farther to the south, you can see central and southern Cook County. This includes the city of Chicago in a winter storm watch that also extends into Lake and Porter counties. And this is for Friday afternoon into Saturday morning for Cook County, Saturday evening for those of you in northwest Indiana. And this is for totals that are going to be likely around 6+ inches for some locations. But you know the deal here. When it comes to lake effect, we have those really narrow bands. So the entire county that's highlighted in the watch or even the advisory isn't going to be seeing 6 inches of snow or 2 to 3 in the advisory. It's wherever those heavier bands set up. But for all of us that are highlighted within these alerts, we need to stay alert and just know that we're going to have some tricky travel coming our way tomorrow and then into Saturday. Futurecast, let's time things out for you here. The lake effect, that's going to develop tonight and then move inland tomorrow after daybreak. So we're going to have that heavy lake effect band moving inland, and then we're going to start to see it kind of working its way to the south. So by the afternoon, evening commute home tomorrow, central southern Cook County, we could be dealing with some very heavy lake effect. And then that's going to begin to target northwest Indiana tomorrow evening, lasting into the day on Saturday. There is a chance that that band may actually kind of swing back into northeast Illinois on Saturday. So we're going to be watching for that. But I think a lot of models really trying to focus that on Lake and Porter County in Indiana. So again, for those of you in Porter and Lake County, Indiana, I think that's where we're likely going to see some of those higher totals. Your temperatures right now, we are sitting in the mid-teens, couple spots still in the upper teens. Wind chill temperatures in the single digits for a downtown Chicago right now. We're at 10 degrees. The 5-day forecast, temperatures begin to warm up here over the next couple of days. We're going to be right around 30 degrees by Monday. An average for this time of the year is right around 32. So we're at least getting closer to that. Your 7-day forecast, we have lake effect in your forecast again Friday and Saturday. Tricky travel going to be expected near the lake. And then on Sunday, we're drying things out, 27 degrees. We're at 30 with a chance for a couple snow showers on Monday. Tuesday, dry skies. Temperatures most of next week are just going to bounce back and forth into the upper 20s to low 30s. We'll tell you about in the 20s, but really grabbing the headlines now is going to be the heavy lake effect snow that's expected to develop tomorrow, lasting into Saturday evening for some of us. So let's break down some of our alerts. For those of you in Lake County, Illinois, northern Cook County, and DuPage County, you have a winter weather advisory that's going into effect tomorrow, 9 a.m., lasting until 3 p.m. for 2 to 3 inches of snow. And you're probably thinking, okay, 2 to 3 inches of snow, not so bad. But the problem is that it's going to be coming down very heavily with those lake effect bands. So very quickly changing road conditions expected tomorrow morning into the afternoon for the counties highlighted in purple here. And then rounding the lake a little bit farther, including the city of Chicago, we have a winter storm watch, central and southern Cook County. And this is going into northwest Indiana as well for Lake and Porter for as much as 6+ inches of snow being possible. Again, with lake effect, it's very localized, but regardless, some of us are going to be seeing some pretty impressive totals here Friday into Saturday. I'll have more detail. Event, there we go, that's going to be unfolding here Friday into Saturday. And depending on where you're at, the impacts are going to be a little bit different here. So for those of us that are highlighted in purple here, that's Lake County, Illinois, northern Cook County, DuPage County, 2 to 3 inches of snow going to be possible. And the advisory runs from 9 a.m. tomorrow until 3 p.m. tomorrow. But then in central and southern Cook County, we have a winter storm watch that's going to last from Friday afternoon through Saturday morning. And then for those of you in northwest Indiana, Lake and Porter counties, 6+ inches of snow going to be possible. And that winter storm watch, again, is likely going to be upgraded to either a warning or an advisory here as we get closer to Friday afternoon into Saturday. Futurecast taking us throughout the rest of this evening. Things are rather quiet. Here's that lake effect that begins to develop, and it's going to move onshore into northeast Illinois tomorrow morning. So be aware that you could be dealing with some very heavy snow during that morning commute lasting through midday. We're way below average. Typically for this time of the year, average highs are right around the freezing mark. And again, today we only made it into the mid-teens. Currently we're at 12 in Decatur, 18 in Gary, and 13 in Waukegan. Tonight we're dropping down to about 4 degrees. We'll have northwesterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Increasing clouds late tonight, and then tomorrow it's all about lake effect snow. So we have a winter weather advisory going into effect for Lake County, Illinois, northern Cook County, DuPage County, highlighted in purple here for about 2 to 3 inches of snow as heavy lake effect bands come through. And then central southern Cook County, we have a winter storm watch that's going into effect tomorrow afternoon, lasting until Saturday morning. For those of you in northwest Indiana, that's going to be lasting until Saturday evening. And the winter storm watch area, so central southern Cook County, northwest Indiana, looking at localized amounts as high as 6+ inches being possible with that heavy lake effect. So we have lake effect snow Friday and Saturday. That's going to come to an end by Sunday. High temperatures this weekend are expected to be in the 20s. DuPage County, so for the counties that you see here highlighted in purple, that's the winter weather advisory for tomorrow morning through mid-afternoon, 2 to 3 inches of snow being possible. And you're probably thinking, okay, 2 to 3 inches of snow, that's not so bad. But the catch is that it's going to be coming down in just a couple of hours. So road crews going to have a hard time keeping up with that. And for people that are going to be on the roads, drastically reduced visibility is going to be possible as these lake effect bands move onshore. Then it's going to begin to swing to the south. So in central and southern Cook County, we have a winter storm watch that's going into effect Friday afternoon. That's going to last until Saturday morning. For those of you in Lake and Porter counties, this is going to extend all the way until Saturday evening. And anywhere throughout the lake adjacent communities here through Chicago, southern Cook County, rounding the lake into Lake and Porter counties, that's where we could be seeing 6 inches of snow locally. So again, some high amounts going to be coming out of this for some spots. Futurecast, we'll time things out for you here. Notice the lake effect beginning to develop over the lake. And then that's going to push onshore across northeast Illinois tomorrow morning. And then the band is going to begin to swing to the south. So tomorrow afternoon, for the afternoon, the evening commute home, we're going to be dealing with that in the Chicago metro. And then that's going to continue to slide to the south overnight and then into the day on Saturday. Friday, I should say, we're going to have those heavier bands likely being focused across northwest Indiana. So again, some locations could be looking at 6+ inches of snow with this. Your temperatures right now, many of us are sitting in the teens. We have wind chill temperatures that are getting pretty close to zero in a couple spots, actually feeling like 3 degrees below zero already in DeKalb. Your 5-day forecast here, we're going to be in the teens on Friday, jumping to the 20s over the weekend. Average for this time of the year is right around 32. We'll be close to that early next week. But before we can get there, again, we have to get through all of that snow that's going to be possible Friday and Saturday. For tonight, 4 degrees. We will have northwesterly winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow's high temperatures, 19 degrees. We're in the 20s for the weekend. Lake effect is going to come to an end area-wide late Saturday. By Sunday, we're dry, but then a few flurries could be possible again on Monday.